friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today I am back doing another roasting my Colourpop purchases video. I've already done 2016 and now we're on 2017. I definitely started buying a lot more Colourpop in 2017. 2017 was also the year I started my YouTube channel, and I feel like that was the first year where I really started to kind of go ham with the makeup. 2017, 2018, those were heavy years. But it's really exciting. This was still back when Colourpop was really fresh. This is when Colourpop first started introducing single shadows as like pressed shadows instead of super shocks. They started playing with a few more liquid lipstick formulas, but this was still at the beginning of their time. And I really liked reflecting on 2016. It was a very small amount of purchases, but it was really fun to reflect. And I'm excited to dive into 2017. I made 4 purchases in the year of 2017, and the first thing I bought was on February 1st, so this was right before my YouTube channel started. I think I started my channel in April-ish of 2017, so this was before my YouTube channel, but it was getting close. I purchased the Aquarius lip bundle for $15. It came with the Aquarius Ultra Glossy Lip, the Aquarius Ultra Satin Lip, and I think it was called Aquarius 2 was the Ultra Matte Lip. I remember immediately not liking the Ultra Matte Lip. I can't stand Colourpop's Ultra Matte formula. It's just extremely drying. It's so crumbly. It is not comfortable. I've never enjoyed an Ultra Matte Lip from Colourpop. Sometimes I would wear them if I had like a really nice lip mask on underneath, but even still, they were not my favorite. I loved my Aquarius Ultra Satin Lip. I either still have it back here in one of my drawers, that or I just decluttered it because it might have gone bad. But I loved that one. I used it so much. I loved the creamy formula, I loved the nude tone, and I loved the Ultra Glossy Lip as well. Nowadays, I wouldn't consider it like my favorite gloss formula, and I wasn't really into gloss back then. That was probably one of my very few glosses I actually owned, but I did like it. I liked the color and it was easy for me to wear, but nowadays I probably wouldn't pick it up because the Ultra Glossy formula from Colourpop is not my favorite. It's a little too thick. The Luxe glosses are more of they're still thicker, but they're not like goopy thick, and I love the So Juicy Plumping glosses. Those are great. That same day, I also bought the Honey Dude liner. I might still have it. I might have thrown it away because I used to have issues with that one snapping all the time. I bought that for $5, by the way. They used to be $5 back in the day. I think now they're $6 or $7. I don't remember loving it, and they've definitely improved their eye pencil formula since then, but I remember it not being super pigmented. I wanted a really nice nude liner to go in my waterline to really brighten my eyes. Not really something I care about now, but I remember that one always snapped on me and it didn't really provide much pigment. And then the last thing I bought was the High Maintenance Shadow Palette. Guys, I was hyped for this palette. I'm gonna pull up a picture of swatches. I was so hyped. I used to make little Instagram videos back before my channel. I don't even have those videos up on Instagram anymore. I got rid of a lot of my old Instagram pictures just to kind of start fresh. But I was so pumped. I did a video with this. It was like Valentine's themed, but it came with 4 pressed shadows just in like a little magnetic palette. It wasn't even like a real palette. It was just kind of like a quad of shadows shoved in a palette, but it came with Just in Time, which was a shimmery champagne-y color, High Strung, which is a actually really pretty shimmery rose gold color, Get Out, which was just kind of I don't know, like a burnt pinky red tone. That was a matte, and then Cute Alert, which was a matte burgundy. Freaking love this palette. I was so pumped for pressed shadows from Colourpop, and I loved the heck out of this thing. I kept it around for a long time. I don't have it anymore, but I loved it at the time. It was great. It's crazy to see just like the visual of what these shimmers look like because Colourpop's improved their shimmers so much. They're so much more textured now. I love it. All right, let's go to our next order. I made a purchase on, if it'll load, April 19th. So I gave a good few months in between. I had maybe just started my channel at this point. I'm not quite sure. But I bought 7 things. However, 2 of the items just say no image. But they also say they were $0. They might have been free gifts with purchases. We're just going to ignore that. But I bought 4 Super Shock shadows and then a Super Shock shadow foursome. So I got 8 shadows altogether. The foursome I got was called Phase Me Out. I bought that for $18. I'm gonna look up a picture of it here so I can really chat about it. Okay, so it came with Going Rogue, 1x1, Flipper, and Itty Bitty. I'm pretty certain I did not buy this for myself. I really think I must have bought this as a gift for someone. I don't remember any of these shade names. I barely remember these colors. I think I bought this for a gift. I think one of my go-to gifts back in the day, if you refer back to my 2016 Colourpop video, must have been just like buying little Colourpop bundles for people, which is honestly like a really cute gift, especially because I didn't have a lot of money back then. It's just a cute little makeup gift, you know? But these colors are pretty. I don't think any of them are available anymore, but they're cute, but I don't think I bought it for myself. The next Super Shock shadow I bought is Bubbly. I might still own that one, that or I just decluttered it. It was like a really pretty, like soft, pinky, shimmery topper kind of shade. It wasn't crazy opaque, but it also wasn't like super sheer like Ritz, but it was a really pretty, just shimmery, light pink kind of tone. It was adorable. I remember really liking that one. I don't think I have it anymore. If I do, it barely made the cut, but I don't think I have it anymore. Next is Envy. Let me look up a picture of Envy because I don't remember this one. Okay, this is a deep purple shimmer. This is not something I would gravitate towards anymore. You guys know me, I don't really go for really dark shimmers. I prefer my shimmers to be more mid-tone to light. I like my mattes to be the darker shade. I mean, I could get away with doing like a black smoke, yeah, with topping that across the lid, but that would be like my only time I would use this shade. I don't remember really utilizing this that much. It's possible that I bought it and then I was like, what the heck do I do with this? Because I don't think dark shimmers have ever really been my preference. It's pretty objectively, but I don't think I needed that one. All of these Super Shocks were $5, by the way. They were $5 back in the day. This was back when like everything was $5. Ooh, next is Hydroplane. I feel like I remember this one. It's a really pretty shimmer blue. I think I really liked this one. It's triggering my mind a little bit. It's cute. I don't really have anything else left to say though. And then the last one I bought for this purchase was Glitterati. This is another one I might still own, that or I just decluttered it if it might have dried out because these don't last forever. But it's a really pretty, just like silvery white glitter topper. It's so cute. This can top on top of any shadows. I remember this one being really pretty, and again, I might have it, that or I just decluttered it, only if it dried out, because that's a really pretty shade and definitely something up my alley and something I could see keeping on my filming desk like I do with Ritz, so I could grab it anytime. That's really cute. Okay, moving on. Let's go to our third purchase. I shopped on October 31st. I was like, it's Halloween, I'm gonna go crazy. I bought two things. I bought the, oh, this was when the concealers first came out. Okay, so I bought the No Filter Matte Concealer for $6 in the shade Light 12. Pretty sure that shade was too dark for me. I remember going back and buying a lighter shade because it was just like a shade too dark for my skin tone. Like it didn't even match my skin tone. It was a shade too dark. But I loved this concealer for the longest time. Now that is not my favorite concealer formula. I need things that are a lot more creamy and hydrating. This one's a bit too matte and a little too dry for my liking, but I love this concealer. I went through quite a few of them. I thought it was such a fantastic one, especially once I got my right shade. And then I also bought the Cherries Jubilee Super Shock Shadow. I always mess up these words. This one was part of the My Little Pony collection, and this was such a beautiful topper. It was like white with this cherry reflect. It was like a purpley red color, so pretty, and I would honestly probably still own it, but it broke. It shattered. It shattered like really early on, and I just tried to keep it together, but it got to the point where I just couldn't keep it anymore. I think I might have decluttered it during this last single eyeshadow collection and declutter video that I did back in December or January. But it's such a lovely shade. I wish I could pick that one up again, but that was limited edition. Let's go to the fourth and final order, shall we? I made a purchase on November 1st, and oh, this is an exciting one. Okay, this is when they first started launching pressed shadow palettes. This was so cool. I was hell-bent and determined to collect all of them, which I gave up on that idea quick because they slowly started releasing things that, one, didn't capture my interest, and two, I could not keep up with. But I got the Yes Please palette. Who has been around since I filmed my first impressions with that palette? I was so pumped. That palette made me fall in love with yellow eyeshadow. I loved that palette so much. It was a grungy dream. It had like grungy browns and yellows. It had really pretty reds. I've actually since decluttered it. I think I decluttered it in my last eyeshadow palette and declutter back in, I think, September. I loved that palette, but it's just not my color story anymore. If it was just like yellows and grungy browns, I probably would have kept it around, but like the reds and oranges just don't do it for me as much. I don't reach for warm tones as much as I do cool tones. And Oh, but I loved it at the time. I would love to know if any of you were around at that point because I had no people back then. Again, this was the first year I'd had my YouTube channel. And then I also bought the My Little Pony palette. I bought this one for Mackenzie as her, I think, Christmas gift. She wanted that palette super bad. I bought it for her, and then I was kicking myself for years that I didn't buy one for myself. It was so cute, so nostalgic. I loved the ponies from when I was a little girl. I loved the idea of this palette, and I don't know why I didn't buy it for myself, but then I eventually did a video maybe a year and a half ago talking about palettes that I wish I would have bought or regret not buying, something of that nature, and I mentioned that palette, and then one of you guys actually bought me one off Poshmark and sent it to me, and I was so excited. I've since played with it in a Get Ready With Me. I've used it for a 3LX1 palette video. It's such a whimsical, adorable, pastel, cute palette, and I'm so happy I own it because I wanted it so bad, and I don't know why I didn't buy it for myself back in the day, but I'm happy I own it now. If you're watching this, the one who gifted it to me, thank you so much again. It's just such a little treasure for me. I don't even think I could ever declutter it. If I ever just decide to take it out of my collection, it's gonna go in like a safekeeping box or something. It's so precious. Oh man. But that was it for 2017. I know these videos are rather quick just because at the beginning I really didn't have, like, not that I'm rolling in the dough right now, don't get me wrong, but I definitely did not have a ton of money to spend on makeup. But Colourpop was a great place for me to try new things, and I don't know, I was only able to get a couple things, but it's really cool to reflect on what I got. If you guys want to see 2018, let me know. I think 2018 is more the year where I start buying more and more things. Like I said, 2017 was really just the beginning, and then 2018 is really where it kind of spiraled. I think that's what it was in my Sephora purchases too. I think 2018 was where I really went ham. So if you want to see 2018, let me know. I will probably film it anyway, unless you all hate the idea. I would love to know what your spending habits through Colourpop were like in 2017. Were you shopping from them back then? Were they unknown to you? Were you into makeup at all back then? What was your spending habits like? What were your preferences like? I feel like my preferences were really all over the place in 2017 because I don't think I'd really found my preferences. I think I was just going with everything and anything. It was hard for me to kind of find myself. I feel like towards the end of 2017 is really where it started to kind of click, and I was like, grungy makeup. I think that's what I'm feeling. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun chatting about Colourpop. A nice little distraction for all of us. I'm getting irritated because someone is just blasting their radio right outside my window. My whole room is vibrating right now. But anyways, I'm gonna go do some editing, eat some lunch, all that good stuff. If you made it to the end of this video, I want you to leave me a pet emoji. Leave me an animal that you would have as a pet, or that you have as a pet, if you have pets. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's ButeBean. Follow me there. I post every single day. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm posting most days here as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe. I'm thinking about each and every one of you. I will catch you in the next video. Okay, bye.